Why augmented reality matters. Augmented reality technology allows users wear goggles or glasses that enable computer-generated content to be overlaid on the real world. Imagine you're shopping on the web for a pair of pants, Yankovic says. You've got a pair of glasses that enable augmented or mixed reality, and you're looking in the mirror and you're actually seeing how these pants would look on you by standing in front of the normal mirror you stand in front of every day. Yankovic argues that as augmented and virtual reality hardware is more widely adopted, it will enable firms like eBay to sell items, like furniture, that shoppers would rarely buy sight unseen today. He also believes that it will make many tedious shopping experiences more enjoyable, a shift that could encourage e-shoppers to engage in more browsing and impulse buying online. Obsession with personal assistants like rival Amazon, eBay is also developing voice recognition technology that Yankovic hopes will serve as the main point of interaction between shoppers and eBay. The product, which is being called internally eBay Assistant, is like a bot on steroids, Yankovic says, but he declined to say when it would be available. The assistant will be available in each of eBay's 4 channels: mobile, web, desktop, and eBay's iOS and Android apps. In each of these experiences, you'll be able to communicate with eBay through text or through voice. Depending on your issue, your query might be routed to an intelligent bot that leverages machine learning and lots of eBay data, or it may connect you with a customer service representative. The voice factor. The reason you're seeing so many companies roll out such bots and voice recognition tools is that, according to Yankovic, it's clear that voice is going to be pervasive. Much like things like image recognition and augmented reality, it's going to take time to evolve these technologies to get it right, but someone's going to do it. You can't sit back and wait for other people to figure it out. The tribunal relies on the assertion that drivers are required to take 80% of trips sent to them when logged into the app, said Tom Alvidge, Uber UK's acting general manager, in a statement. As drivers who use Uber know, this has never been the case in the UK. The company intends to appeal the decision. The story has been updated to show that the tribunal has ruled that Uber's drivers should be treated as workers, not employees, and with a statement from the company. Macy's and Nordstrom reported Thursday that sales at individual stores fell year-over-year in the third quarter, while sales at Kohl's stores rose just 0.1%. Shares at all 3 firms rose over the past 24 hours, as the results weren't as bad as investors had expected. Nevertheless, shares in each have fallen more than 20% over the past year. Sound smart. Even the canniest department store executives will struggle to grow their business in the face of online competition. Analysts praised Nordstrom's expansion of services like curbside pickup, and Macy's investments in its discount Backstage brand, but selling less stuff this year than last is not a sustainable strategy. Details of the program. The Facebook Community Boost team will visit up to 30 U.S. cities, including St. Louis, Albuquerque, Des Moines, Greenville, and Houston, in 2018. Facebook employees will help small businesses establish online profiles on mobile, beginning with Facebook properties: Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger WhatsApp. It will train people on digital skills, which will eventually include better video and photo-taking skills, as well as other programming. Facebook has made a concerted effort to help small businesses since 2011. Facebook says it has invested more than $1 billion on teams, technology, tools, support and research to help small businesses. Here's why. Businesses have indicated to Facebook that they want more digital training more than anything, according to Facebook VP of Small Business Dan Levy. For years, if the business owner wanted to create a video commercial, it would cost tens of thousands of dollars, says Levy. Small businesses have indicated that they've been intimidated to create videos. We want to help them with that. Today, more than 4 million small businesses on Facebook create videos. Small businesses are also an important part of Facebook and Instagram's growing advertising community. Facebook says its main app has roughly 6 million advertisers and Instagram has over 2 million. The company has touted its success in getting small and medium-sized businesses to advertise on its platform with easy-to-use self-service advertising tools. Facebook has been investing in small business training for years, but they are ramping up digital literacy resources now given how quickly the landscape is changing. For example, more than 1 million small businesses have taken advantage of Facebook's free online learning hub, Blueprint, and more than 70 million small businesses use Facebook pages each month. The company says it recently created a digital marketing curriculum that will help train 3,000 Michiganders in digital skills development over the next 2 years. As it moves to cloud computing, Kroger is splitting its millions of dollars worth of business between Google's and Microsoft services, dodging Amazon, CNBC reports. It doesn't make sense for us to do a ton to help grow that business for them, Chris Hagelm, Kroger's chief information officer, told CNBC. The big picture: Amazon's purchase of Whole Foods and entry into the grocery market has upended companies like Kroger, especially after Amazon slashed prices at Whole Foods. Why it matters: teaming up with Instacart is a means for Amazon competitors to offer grocery delivery at prices comparable to what Amazon offers. Since June, Costco, Kroger, and Aldi all announced new partnerships, with Costco leveraging the partnership to offering same-day delivery in some markets. Why Instacart matters: few businesses have the deep pockets of Amazon, but Instacart is not without resources of its own. Forbes estimates that Instacart brings in $2 billion in revenue annually, and that the firm serves 500,000 customers. Instacart is backed by powerful venture capital players, raising $675 million from Khosla Ventures and Sequoia Capital, among others, while it has $500 million in the bank. A wrinkle in the plot: Whole Foods was, prior to the merger, one of Instacart's most important partners. It's an Instacart investor and accounted for 10% of the firm's revenue. The Amazon deal, however, doesn't void an exclusive 5-year deal signed in 2016, making Instacart the exclusive deliverer of perishables. Recode reports that the deal is only in year 2, buys Instacart some time to replace the revenue it will presumably lose as a result of the Amazon takeover. On Wednesday, AAA and transportation company Keolis debuted a 12-month test in Las Vegas for a self-driving shuttle designed by French startup Navia, but the vehicle's first day was cut short when it was hit by a semi-truck. The truck's driver was determined to be at fault, according to the city of Las Vegas, and was cited by local police. Cayman Thread: this incident is the latest to show that humans tend to make more driving errors than self-driving software. In a recent review of accident data from the California DMV, Axios found a similar pattern. Police said the shuttle did what it was supposed to do to avoid a crash, and had the truck had the same sensing equipment, the accident would have been avoided. Niantic, the company behind Pokémon Go, announced Wednesday it is teaming up with Warner Bros. On a Harry Potter-themed augmented reality. Details are scant on the new game, Harry Potter Wizards Unite, though Niantic CEO John Hanks said in a blog post the game will merge virtual gaming with real-world location. Why it matters: Pokémon Go was an instant hit, but its usage has waned. Adding similar dynamics to another globally popular franchise seems like a no-brainer. A new study by LinkedIn using the social network's data says Providence, Rhode Island, Hartford, Connecticut, and Norfolk, Virginia, are losing more jobs than anywhere else among the nation's top 50 cities over the past year. Who are these people? A lot are nurses, teachers, and construction workers, who are in high demand elsewhere in the country, says Guy Berger, LinkedIn's chief economist. The thing about these three professions is that people in them are usually the last people to leave a town or city, simply because their jobs tend to be the most in demand and so the most stable, Berger tells Axios. By next week, a St. Louis property developer called Commercial Development Company must decide whether it will buy a shuttered, 94-year-old GM assembly plant in Janesville, Wisconsin. Whatever happens, the plant's prominence, and that of Janesville itself, in U.S. industrial history is past, vanquished by the same forces that have unraveled the fabric of so many storied manufacturing towns in and outside the U.S., and with it shaken up politics fundamentally. On Tuesday evening, The Washington Post's Amy Goldstein won the F.T. McKinsey Business Book of 2017 for Janesville: An American Story, her incredibly well-timed account, the result of 6 years of immersive research, of what happened when one company town went south. Janesville is at ISNT the story of Donald Trump's ascendance. Its middle class has been rent by the loss of well-paying manufacturing jobs, and their replacement by lesser employment in a distribution center that the town paid millions of dollars in incentives to attract. Yet, though Democrats stayed away in droves, the town voted for Hillary Clinton last year. When we chatted yesterday, I asked Amy for her main takeaways after months of speaking about the book. Falling out of the middle class is very different from being poor all along, she said. There's a real trauma to it. Even when everyone around you is in the same circumstance, and you are a part of the worst economy since the Great Recession, humiliation is deeply felt. Losing a job feels very painful and personal, Goldstein said. Job retraining is not the panacea Democrats, Republicans, economists, and everyone in between make it out to be. In Janesville, a lot of people turned to upskilling and college degrees, and for some of them, that worked. But others ended up in lesser circumstances than people who simply found other work. And even when you are better skilled, it did not necessarily mean you could stay in Janesville. Many people had to move away for work. Janesville is demonstrably the experience of towns across the country. In one call-in radio show, Goldstein heard from a caller in a former shoemaking town in Massachusetts, an ex-seafood producing town in Florida, and a former steel-making town in the Midwest. The story of lost jobs in one community applies around the country, she said.